Those who have nothing also have nothing to fear.
Hi everyone, the Season 6 update has just landed on the official server. There are a lot of hero reworks and adjustments made in this update, as well as a new hero, new skins, new features, and other interesting additions. In this video, I'll showcase all the content from the update, so make sure to watch until the end. Timestamps for different sections are provided in the description below. New hero Luara is now available in the game. Her character design and skill set are based on Brazilian culture. Luara is an agile marksman with a very interesting set of skills. Her passive Serpent's Envoy increases Luara's movement speed for 1 second and grants her a Serpent Blade for 6 seconds each time she gets a kill or assist. Her basic attacks unleash the Serpent Blade at the enemy, dealing damage. The Serpent Blade comes with a 10% basic attack effect that grants vision of the target hit and continuously hits the enemy for 6 seconds. Luara can have up to 2 Serpent Blades active at a time. When Luara's critical rate reaches 50%, her recovery spell changes to Oath of Fury. Using this spell grants her Serpent Blades a 30% temporary attack speed boost. Luara's first skill is called Deadly Fang. She gets a Serpent Blade for 6 seconds and gains a 90% movement speed increase that diminishes over 2 seconds. During this time, she can leap over any terrain easily.
Fight! Fight! Fight!
Her second skill is called Furtive Attack, where Luara summons the Fire Serpent at the target location. After a short delay, the Fire Serpent charges at the target, dealing magical damage to enemies in its path and reducing their movement speed by 50% for 2 seconds. If Luara has active Serpent Blades, they immediately strike the enemies hit by the Fire Serpent. If Luara doesn't have active Serpent Blades, her skill 2's cooldown is reduced by 50% instead. Luara's ultimate skill is called Blazing Glaze. She unleashes the Fire Serpent in the target direction, dealing magical damage to enemies in its path and blinding them for 2 seconds. She immediately gains 1 Serpent Blade and enhances herself for 6 seconds. Attacking enemies or taking damage during this period accumulates energy. At maximum energy, Luara deals magical damage to enemies within range and knocks them up for 0.5 seconds. Blinded enemies cannot deal damage with basic attacks, and their skill projectiles will deviate from their normal trajectories randomly, hitting enemies along the way. Overall, Luara is a very unique and strong late-game marksman. Now, let's talk about hero reworks and adjustments in this patch, starting with Ming. I covered Ming's rework in a previous video, so I'll keep this brief. Ming's base health and health scaling have been increased. His passive skill remains the same. Every 5 seconds, his next basic attack will deal additional damage and restore health to linked enemies. His first skill can now only be used to link to a teammate, granting them bonus physical and magical damage. Ming also gains bonus hybrid damage and movement speed when linking to an ally. Enemies touching the chain link will take continuous magic damage. Ming's second skill can now only be used to link to an enemy target. Linked enemies' hybrid defense will be reduced by 15%, while Ming gets the same percentage bonus to his hybrid defense. Enemies touching the chain link will take continuous magic damage every 0.5 seconds. Additionally, Ming can now link both an ally and an enemy at the same time. Ming's ultimate skill functions exactly the same as before, but it works differently if the chain links 2 targets. When the chain links an ally and enemy, it drains the enemy's health and grants it to the linked ally. If the enemy target is defeated, the ultimate's cooldown is reduced by 70%. Erin is now a hybrid attack marksman. Erin's basic attacks now deal physical damage based on her physical and magical attack, and grant energy. At max energy, she can spend it to fly faster based on her magical attack. She also gains a laurel stack and an enhanced basic attack at max energy. When using first skill, Erin fires laurel leaves dealing magical damage and inflicting a laurel stack. The leaves mark an area, damaging and slowing enemies inside. Skill cooldown reduces with more magical attack. After using her second skill, Erin recovers full energy, gaining passive effects like increased speed, a laurel stack, and an enhanced basic attack. She also gets immunity to slows when using the skill. Erin gains a laurel stack at full energy, up to 18 stacks. When using ultimate with 6 or more stacks, she gets movement speed and continuously shoots laurel leaves, dealing magic damage to the lowest health enemy and reducing second skill's cooldown.
Right on the beat.
In this update, Dian Wei's passive has been changed. Whenever he uses any of his skills, he removes any crowd control effects from himself. If he removes a soft crowd control effect like a slow or immobilize, he gains a stack of increased physical attack and basic attack range for 6 seconds, up to a maximum of 6 stacks. If he removes a hard crowd control effect that prevented him from moving, he gains 2 stacks of this buff. Dian Wei's first skill cooldown has been reduced by 1 second, and its damage has been slightly increased. His second skill cooldown is also reduced by 1 second, but its per-level scaling has been lowered. Additionally, if Dian Wei misses an enemy with his second skill, he will only gain 50% of the attack speed bonus and lifesteal effect. As for his ultimate, its base damage has been slightly increased, and its per-level scaling has been increased by 110. The bonus physical attack it granted has been changed to extra physical attack instead. The ultimate now also knocks back hit targets slightly. For each enemy hero hit by the ultimate, Dian Wei gains 1 stack of his passive buff. Lady Zhen's adjustments are now applied in this update. Her passive damage now scales with her level. The freeze duration from her passive has been lowered by 0.25 seconds. A new effect has been added. If another freeze effect is applied to an enemy within 3 seconds of them being frozen by Lady Zhen, the new freeze effect only lasts for 0.5 seconds. Lady Zhen's first skill cooldown has been increased by 2 seconds initially, but it will lower each time you level up the skill. The skill's damage scaling has been increased. Additionally, she now summons an icicle at the target location that shoots up from the ground to block hero units. The icicle lasts 8 seconds and continuously slows nearby enemies. If Lady Zhen is in range when summoning the icicle, she will be frozen in an invincible state for 3 seconds. When the icicle effect ends or is stopped manually, it cracks and deals magical damage to surrounding enemies, inflicting a 3-second slowdown. The damage is doubled at the center of the explosion. Her second skill's cooldown has been increased by 2 seconds initially, but will lower as you level up the skill. The skill's damage has been reduced by 50. However, Lady Zhen can now also target her icicles with this skill. Once the skill can no longer bounce, the water will disappear at its current target location after a 3-second delay.
The one who falls in love first is the one who...
Lady Zhen's ultimate damage has been lowered by 100, but gains higher per-level scaling. The continuous damage from the ultimate has been reduced in the early game. Ada received major balance adjustments in this patch. His base attack has been increased. The health-to-damage ratio for his passive has been lowered against both heroes and non-hero units. His enhanced basic attack now deals increased extra damage based on extra physical attack rather than max health. Additionally, Ada gains 1% health conversion when attacking heroes for every 1,000 extra health he has, and 0.5% against non-heroes. For Ada's first skill, the cooldown now scales with skill level. Its damage has been greatly increased, calculating from 12% of his extra health from items instead of max health. However, the 50% extra damage against jungle monsters has been removed. Against minions, he now only deals 30% bonus damage. Second skill cooldown is reduced by 1 second, but has a lower scaling. Damage is increased, but it now based on extra physical attack from items. Second skill smash damage is increased. Dun received some adjustments too. His basic attack interval is increased by 0.1 seconds. Dun's passive health recovery now scales with hero level, and he gains a flat 6% bonus to extra health. His second skill cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds with lower cooldown scaling, and the mana cost is lowered. Arthur's passive is adjusted so that his health recovery now scales with level, and he also received a bonus to extra health percentage. Honor of King's favorite child, Lamb, received several changes. His first skill cooldown is reduced by 1 second, but with lower scaling.
Haunting nightmare.
For the second skill, the cooldown time is reduced by 1 second, but they removed the scaling. The enhanced basic attack damage is lowered by 25 with adjusted scaling. Health restored by the enhanced basic attack is lowered, and the extra health restore percentage is reduced by 4%. However, this skill gained a 30% bonus to extra physical attack. They increased his physical stats gained by attack items and lowered the health restore percentage from his second skill. So finally, you can say goodbye to cancerous tank build Lamb. Musashi received a buff on his first skill cooldown. First skill now has a per level skill scaling. Li Bai is adjusted in this patch. First skill cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds, but they lowered the cooldown scaling. Also, his first skill damage is reduced. Alessio received a buff on his base attack. Base attack and base health is increased. Lady Sun's base attack damage is increased. Her second skill's damage scaling is now higher. Fang's base health is increased. Shouyue's base health is increased.
You are trespassing.
Now let's talk about the battlefield adjustments. They made some improvements to the general signals. Drag the tactical signal over an enemy hero's head and release. The message you send will depend on the target's current status. Dragging it to an alive enemy out of vision will report enemy missing. When dragging it to a defeated enemy, it will report their respawn time.
Enemy missing.
Improvements are made to the target box and targeting circle for smart targeting and basic attack precision targeting features. This should make it clearer which target you're locked onto. In the new version, they've improved the visual cues for tower protection. It should be much clearer to players when a tower is currently under tower protection. Additionally, they made some adjustments to the tower range marker and attack indicators. Now let's talk about item adjustments. Axe of Torment is nerfed in this patch. Cooldown reduction is lowered by 5%. Physical Pierce is increased by 10. Boots of Dexterity's passive is buffed. Melee or ranged heroes' basic attack hits now restore 30 to 40 health. Dragon's Rage's passive is adjusted. Passive Devastating Blows effect is now applied every 2.5 seconds. It causes the next basic attack to deal physical damage to minions and monsters, as well as restore 50% of damage dealt as health. Passive Divine Powers effect is now applied every 2.5 seconds. Secondary item, Scale Blade's passive is also adjusted. The effect is now applied every 2.5 seconds. Blazing Cape is adjusted. Passive Conflagration's damage and range are increased. Passive Imperil's anti-regeneration effect duration is reduced by 0.5 seconds. Secondary item Energy Core is also nerfed. Max health is reduced by 200. Passive Conflagration's damage now scales with hero level, and they add 3% extra health. Mortal Punisher and Venomous Staff's anti-regeneration passive duration is reduced by 0.5 seconds. Overlord's Plate Mail is adjusted. Passive health increase is reduced by 2%. Passive recovery now restores 0.5% max health per second. Recovery doubles if the hero is not attacked by enemy heroes or towers for 3 seconds. They made some improvements on the loading screen. It now shows a lot of information on the loading screen menu. They added some interesting features to the groups. A verification feature is now available for popular, creator, and professional esports groups. Verified groups get their own exclusive appearances, privileges, and special tags. A feature is added to increase member limits. This feature can be accessed by group owners and admins in the group management screen. Group privacy features are added. Players can hide their group, preventing it from being shown on match loading screens, in matches, on their profile, and in other places. New group passes are added to the shop for 800 diamonds. Group name change cards are added to the shop for 2,000 diamonds. I just created a group today. You can join my group if you want to. A feature is added allowing players to upload an avatar from their phone album. This feature is available after reaching the required tier. During matchmaking, flags are now displayed after pressing confirm. Developers implemented this feature to avoid cases where a small portion of the player base might cancel matchmaking upon seeing other players' flags. I think we all know who they're talking about. The Fragment shop is updated. They add a new premium exchange shop and premium skin fragments, which can be exchanged for epic and rare skins. The premium exchange can be accessed upon activating Weekly Card Plus. Dolia and Heino's Valentine skin Notes from the Heart is now available in the game. Players can get Dolia's limited time Notes from the Heart skin with 1,350 tokens for the first week. I'm glad that they didn't turn this skin into some gacha bullshit.
我有一个很厉害的笔友，会用笔尖勾画最灿烂的烟花。在阅览室的转角留下过许多悄悄话。嗨呀！嗨！只小船奏是天吧。哪位好心人把每页书角都理得整整齐齐呀？漫游字里行间，有个灵感一闪而过。有很多夏天都关于阳光、回忆和焰火，追寻心跳索引。嗨，铃声舒海回响。有趣的故事从有趣的点子开始，小人鱼就是我啦。Fang的风格，折枝小船奏是天吧。Fang的风格。
Heino's limited time epic skin, Notes from the Heart, is now available. Players can get this skin with 710 tokens for the first week discount.
书写梦的序章。书写梦的序章。耶！嘿！有了自己，宣告故事开场。先就是踪影。嘿！笔尖留痕。呀！神魂如松。嘿！嘿！特！特！呀！此刻，一如书中时光。书架3排第4列，藏着无人知晓的暗语。
Diaochan's new Mythic skin is now added in the Honor Crystal shop.
名为一心侠为常，蜃楼起兮海路茫。前路宛然，逝者犹在。李昙华兮，朝暮往。甚有一梦，梦有一乡。都化作片片浮光。比月华兮，短人光。有人间，海上有云烟。斯人出没水人间，魂牵旧影。斯人出没水云间，天人徐徐来。承天阙，见过万物易碎，就见过了我。蜃楼如故，昨梦已非。魂牵旧影。
Next season's Honor Pass skins are revealed. Luban's epic skin, Lion Dancer Luban, will be available as a level 80 Honor Pass reward.
旗开得胜。 古老的艺术，实心的祝福。来点掌声，比试之前的仪式感。礼炮开场，给你天才。礼炮开场，给你天才。练基本功。练基本功。醒狮点睛，步步高升。世上的雄狮远不止一种，有的叫圣斗士，有的叫狮心王。礼炮开场，给你天才。
Mozi Skin MK Mark II will be available as a Level 1 Honor Pass reward.
就是最精彩的战斗。太吵了，需要一点和平。
There are some other events and game modes coming later this month. You can check the description below if you want to read the full patch notes. And that's all for the Season 6 update. Let me know which part of the update you liked the most in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.